Hello. Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Matt. And I'm rolling down the windows. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's why that was back. And we're off today's. Thank you, if you are watching, very much for doing so. My name is Mr. Matthew. Today is traffic Thursday, August 10th of August, 2017. The weather is nice. So a random question came up, but I have a feeling that somebody picked it for me. Was what celebrity do you follow? Go, just go. You're already going. Fat drinking, milkshake, some bitches. They're gonna need, you don't have fucking liposuction. Healthcare. The, Tourette's. So what celebrities do I follow? Let's see, probably, I don't know, funny ones. Usually have a ring and an air of truth, an era of an air of, in the era of, intelligence. Which one did I use first time? Oh, nice cool breeze. Cool breeze in August. You're over the line and rolling. Just get out of my way. Every day with these people. Every day. It's like I need something to talk about. Who do I follow? Not on Twitter. Well, there's Twitter. And I guess I'm going to not talk about that. I don't know. I used to say it was, Republicans. Years and years ago, somebody registered me to vote, or I was registering to vote on the street, and I go, yeah, sure, when I didn't get it. Into my mind, it was a Republican. I think I mentioned that in another video. And, just ride right on me. Big ass truck. And then things came around, and I still didn't know what a Democrat was, if you could believe it, or what their party stood for, still stands for. Or I guess they're the party of objection, right? They're not obstruction, but they know what they don't stand for, and I don't really like I don't feel good about that. So I don't like people who. What celebrities do I follow? Was it celebrities or people? I think it was celebrities. Hold on, distraction. That was a great distraction. I'm going to tell you what that was, but that was great. I want you to guess, and you'll be wrong, because that was better. Oh, glasses are all dirty. Greasy Glasses. Hi, I'm Greasy Glasses. The Greasy Glasses Guild. Nobody's in the intersection to turn that way. I hate this automated line. Shit. Sorry. No. And for the most part, I guess it's people that agree with me, and so there are people that I have a narrative. I like to tell that certain things are wrong and certain things are right, and it's sort of a blurry line, and when people get into trouble, they would cross that line themselves, and it's very epic, and they write poems and TV shows about crossing that line, or they don't. But people who always kind of believe that it's one way or the other are not saying, because if you see the Buddha, kill the Buddha, because that is not the Buddha. Now, I don't mean literally, and it's more so to grab you while you see, when I say Buddha, a picture pops into your mind. What pops into your mind? I don't care. What pops into your mind? Kill that in your mind. Not in real life. Killing is against our way. And so it's, just, let's say it's not Buddha, let's say it's your religion's leader. I'm sure your religious leader had said something about being fooled. Not that your leader is the one who fooled you, that someone else could. Tend to be what you like and what you think you follow. And so if I follow somebody on, or Twitter's such a great example for the metaphors. If I follow somebody on Twitter and then they say something, it's for laughs, is it funny, do I get the joke? And there's always the two sides to a joke. It's if you can't think small in times of fun, then you won't be able to think big in times of seriousness or some shit like that. It's like, well, if you can't think small, I think it's a joke now, and you get where I'm going, if I can't think serious about something small and relax about something so serious in other times, every little thing, if I can't, not to be critical as in judgmental, but if I can't look at everything to see if it's true or false when it's something small, I won't be able to look if it's true or false when it's something big. And that's the way I generally believe. And so I'll share the opinions of someone else in society, and maybe I want to be someone to follow. I guess leadership is a big piece of this puzzle I'm not explaining. We can try to be better. And this whole video is a fucking wash. Pardon my English. Yellow car. Which has, for me to make a better understanding of it in my head, there are things you do and things you don't do. And if people do stuff that you would do, that fits my narrative. Now, as far as Disco Queen going on over here, pretty though. And so let's say somebody tries to say something, and I think, well, because has made an audience laugh if it's a comedian, I might agree with them, and I just don't think it's the right idea to follow hang on somebody's every words. Even, isn't that true about relationships? Like, who do you follow? I would follow someone to the ends of the earth who I trust, and I would not someone I don't. We're talking about these people that they walk around and they look at things and they go, here's something nice. That's it. They walk around and go, here's something nice. Things are getting better. But as soon as you're not looking at it, if the person isn't worried about your impression, or then when you leave, if they were bad at doing it, it just falls right back apart. Sometimes it's hard to find good help. And so I guess I would like to follow somebody who would help me in times of need. That treat others as you want to be treated. That's people that uphold my principles and fit my narrative. Of course, I'm biased, and I'm not ashamed of it. I really don't know. It's such a weird question. Who do I follow? Like, I just don't. If Jesus came back, I'd still be like, that might not be him. Or if you don't believe in that kind of shit. And then he showed up anyway, you'd be skeptical too. So it's just an analogy for the better part of an analogy. For the sake of talking. I believe what I believe. We're not here to force things on you. Oh, I'm getting nervous, like talking to somebody. Yeah, well, maybe I don't. Maybe. Busy. Traffic. Get the fuck out of my way. Hey. Don't swear. Yes, I will fucking swear. Don't you go that way then. Alright, and 9:45. It's a pretty good time. Oh, I don't want to sit in the sun like this. Hold on a second. Let's go this way over here by the shade. Talking to every day of the love. everything you know. No, what's it? Something. Ow. Nothing is what it seems, and the reverse is also true. I think that's a good point to end on. Oh, and so since I don't like people who don't like things, or they only don't like things, or they only don't want other people to exist, it's like I want answers. So what is my answer? I think I wouldn't follow anybody on YouTube, but I would like and subscribe their videos. That's pretty good off the cuff stuff right there, buddy. Chica. So, oh, and I forgot, I gotta drink this before I even go in there. Alright, so we got a second here. Doing on gas, we're good. Sit and do the, no, I'm gonna burn that gas. I wouldn't waste the gas. Well, I like that idea. There's a thing called a non sequitur without something that changes the subject that does not in sequence, I think is the easiest way to say it. And so I don't follow people who, well, let's put it like this. Let's say I say something and I go, well, you can't sell your tires to put gas in a car is, I guess, a famous thing. And somebody will say, solar panels are good, and they do this and that, and something totally off topic. And it's like, well, what are you doing? Well, if I don't get the joke, that bothers me, whatever. And so I don't really kind of follow where they've gone. It's out of sequence to me. So you can't really follow anything anyway. You can't get 100%. If it was machine learning, that not everything is when you're trying to detect it, when you're filtering results, false positives can occur and false negatives can occur, and so following anybody runs those risks, and not following, I guess, adversely to the negative aspect, not following people runs the risk, which is ultimately always my question: why I defend people who I disagree with. It's like maybe they don't not lose what I am seeking, and so it's kind of hard to grasp. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So that's it. This is delicious. As far as the workout goes, hi, and the part 2 of this video is right now. I'm gonna go to the gym. Yesterday I did good. A lot of deep push-ups. The last push-up was I just had deserved it to be my last. I was done with it. Today's a light day. I do the wide push-ups, arms, elbows at the side, hands out at 45, to the peripheral, towards the peripheral, towards the profile. 45 degrees. Work on the chest. If not, the shoulders will be on fire, and I will be shoulder fire guy. Which is good, but if everything else requires as much shoulders, I don't want to hurt myself. A light day is not about hurting yourself. Today, oh my God, I'm really just nailing it. Today is National Lazy Day. I was going to tell you about it yesterday, but fucking whatever. You know? And part of doing a joke with no audience here is there. You know, it's like, where's the lead into the next lead out? You know, a program executes. What does it do? Does it write another program? Does it write another program that also writes another program, or do any of these newly written programs end up being artificial intelligence and scanning and doing and looking for results that change the experience? You know, just changes the dynamic of this, and changes the scenario and the environment, I guess, changes the layout, and kind of changes the parameter that the program, the base program, the kernel is required to work in, or does it change any of the code that the kernel now has to set variables based on conditions that no longer exist, or are they temporary variables, or are they temporary conditions? And then we start talking about container objects and whole containers and stuff in programming. Obviously, if I were to say, this, we'll put this in a buffer, in a temporary, in queue of some results, and that'll be tallied, the list of results in a spreadsheet. Column, what's the vertical one? Column 1, or is it A? Column A, yeah, and for later usage or whatever, and then file out, it saves it when written, write save. That there would be multiple containers anyway, and so that you can't really describe that the follower or the followee is until you worry about it. I guess that's like I wouldn't follow, and on foot, what celebrities do I follow? None. That's against the law. You'd be like, can I take your picture? And they say yes, or they say no, and then their approval is subject to change. So anybody you follow, their approval is subject to change. We try to. I really don't know all the great wording on Twitter. I follow a lot of bots, and so they'll say the universe expanding is like our hearts. And I go, oh, that's pretty profound, and it was randomly generated by some program. And I follow them, and some of them automatically follow people back and use their network, their connections. Use the people of those connections to base what that bot is doing. What that bot is doing grammatically and stuff. And there are entire language bots, like chat room bots, that were told not to follow any dynamic of language and make your own language, and they would start off with 3 negatives to be the negative of a double positive and stuff, and it would just like me ramble it on because I have to talk to myself. These robots were ready to confirm that yes and 2 yeses were something else, and starting the idea of maybe becomes, why isn't yes, no, and maybe instead of yes, no, and unanswered or unasked, so without having to follow the guidelines of where you are. So you have to follow it, don't follow it. You have to find a place that would have to require that and all that, If you do, I don't know how far in the future, if these social networks are even still around. If you do Twitter, you do Facebook, follow me on those. I would say follow my blog on Google+, but that's not a big thing anymore. But go to the. I'll put the blog address, and I've got a links page on my blog, and you can. All right, so I guess it's this. I really haven't said anything, and let's wrap this up. I thank you for watching because you're awesome, and I'm in the next video. It's pretty good. I might play guitar. Play guitar. I don't know. One of these videos or whatever. I'm definitely going to be doing the Eclipse video. Yay! And forgetting to drink this thing. Practice makes perfect. Perfect makes practice. I am going to get a new hat and talk to you guys later.